to demonstrate how to install an outside mount vertical blind. You're going to need a tape measure, a pencil, a Phillips head screwdriver, a drill, and a drill bit. The first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to measure the headrail of the vertical blind. That way we'll be able to know where we're going to place our brackets. This headrail measures 78 inches. Now we're going to go over to the sliding door and we're going to mark the center of the door. I'm going to make a mark in the center of my wall, just in the center of the doorway. From there I'm going to measure out 39 inches, which is half of my 78-inch headrail. And we're going to put our bracket just a couple inches inside that end mark. Since 38 is halfway, I'm going to make a mark at 36 inches. I'm going to come out 36 inches to match the other side. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is measure for the height of the bracket. You're going to take your vane and you're going to insert it into one of the carriers. Just going to slide it in very carefully until you hear it click. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to measure from the bottom of the vane to the top of the headrail. And that's 84 inches. Okay, so from the bottom of the vane to the top of the headrail is 84 inches. I would suggest that you add a ½ inch to that so that your vanes aren't resting right on the bottom of the floor. So now what I'm going to do is measure from the floor up to the ceiling 84½ inches. I'm going to take the top of the bracket and I'm going to line it up with my mark. And I'm going to mark the dots to drill the holes. Now we're just going to pre-drill all of our holes. Now we're just going to screw in our brackets. Okay, we're just about ready to put up the headrail. Make sure that these little clips that are going to hold the headrail in place are tight. So you're going to want to take your screwdriver and just make sure that they're nice and tight. Before I put the headrail up, I like to mark the top of the headrail in the very center. That way when I go to place it, I know I'm going to be centered on the window. I tip the headrail back, and I always start in the center. I like to get the lip of this headrail right behind the clip. Then I'm going to snap it up and in. You can probably lean over and snap the other side. And the other side. Before you install the vanes, you're going to want to go ahead and close the carriers all the way across. And you're going to want to make sure that the carriers are facing where you can actually see the slits. You're going to take the hole of the vane and you're going to slide it up between the slits. And it'll have a small clicking sound when it's in place. Now we're ready to put the valance on. You want to grab your valance clip and the long piece goes towards the front. You're going to take the clip and go behind the rail and then snap it down forward. To attach the valance, you want to put this piece right here in the bottom lip of the valance. Paying attention to the sides so you don't have to adjust it. And then you're just going to snap it up over the top. There's an end cap that goes on each side of the headrail. There's a little groove in this plastic piece that just slides right onto the edge. If you have any questions about the installation for your outside mount vertical blind, give us a call at 888-214-4144. I'm going to be getting on here and I'm going to be looking at this and you're going to be in big trouble. Okay, so at 36 inches we're going to make a mark.